Hi, everybody. So I'm Amy. I'm the registered nurse and certified lean health coach with Marathon Health. Probably if you're watching this, most of you have met me before in the clinic. Well, in June here we are focusing on diabetes, and I love what I get to share with you is talking about healthy snacking and also creating a healthy plate. So I am definitely someone who loves to share visuals and give people really just a really visual idea of what could be a healthy snack and the amounts. I think if people see things, obviously you can't touch and feel it right now because we're not together, but that just really helps with learning, and it sticks in your mind when we actually see pictures and images and ideas. So I hope this makes sense to you. And first of all, I want to start off with by saying that keep in mind that people with diabetes, whether you have type 1 diabetes or type 2 diabetes, everybody comes from a different place. We have different family traditions, different cultures, ethnicities, and also maybe someone is on a strict vegetarian diet or a vegan diet. So many different things that people are doing to try to be healthy. And what I want to share are ideas that hopefully can fit into many different aspects of your life, however you are choosing to eat, and just to keep that in mind because we all have differences, but when it boils down to it, we all need to be eating healthy foods, and fresh fruits and vegetables are rich in antioxidants and really disease fighting foods. So it's important to get lots of colors in our diet. So I'm going to start out with healthy snacking, and we have a healthy snacking guide that I am happy to email out to you, so you can just contact us or set up a health coaching appointment and we'll get this information to you. But first I'm going to start with some snacks that are about 5 grams of carbohydrate per serving. So I'm going to start off with snap peas. If you have roughly like 5 to 7 sugar snap peas, that's about 5 grams of carbohydrate, okay? And then carrots, so about 5 baby carrots will be approximately 5 grams of carbohydrate. And then these tomatoes, 5 cherry tomatoes and a tablespoon of ranch dressing would be about 5 grams of carbohydrate. Now, some things I don't have a picture of that might be something that you would like to have if you're thinking more of a crunchy, munchy type thing, is about a cup of light popcorn is about 5 grams of carbohydrates. And then a quarter of a whole avocado, if you cut that and just ate a quarter, that would be 5 grams of carbohydrates. This is a very healthy fat for you, so good for heart and brain health. They are very rich in healthy fats. Now, avocados do come with higher calories, so if you are counting calories, you definitely want to, be mindful of that. And it's a balance, right? It's if you're having a snack, you have to keep in mind other things that you are eating for your other meals too. Now we're going to jump up to about a 10 to 20 gram of carbohydrate range. And I'm going to start with my grapes here. So this is about 15 grapes, and that is about 14 or 15 grams of carbohydrate in that serving. So I have some pistachio nuts. This is 1/4 cup of pistachio nuts, and unsalted would be better because then you're not, if you're someone with high blood pressure, monitoring your salt, unsalted would be better. Same with nuts, but that could be another idea. And these, being that you have to take the shells off, just takes a little bit longer to eat. So it might be a bit more mindful snacking where you're really paying attention rather than just taking handfuls of nuts and putting them in your mouth, which is something I can certainly do, especially when we're multitasking and everything. Now let's see, what else do I have here in my little tray. So this is just a medium apple. That is between 10 and 20 grams of carbohydrate. You might consider putting a tablespoon of peanut butter with it, and you can actually, literally measure a tablespoon. When we add protein and fat with our carbohydrate, with our fruit, that is going to help basically sustain you longer and help prevent blood sugar spikes and just help keep your blood sugar more steady. It might just be more satisfying to you and more filling. You could also do like almond butter or a very small piece of low-fat cheese with an apple or an orange, something like that. Let's see, I also have a red pepper. If if you do a half of a red pepper, and then you can have about, it's a third cup of hummus. Roughly, that will be 15 to 20 grams of carbohydrate. And this red pepper, again, think of eating your colors. Isn't it pretty? And again, a great source of fiber. Fiber is just so important, whether we have diabetes or not. When we have foods with fiber, it helps the absorption, it helps slow the absorption of sugar into our bloodstream, which is a good thing. We don't want a rush of sugar straight into our blood. So red peppers, bell peppers, excellent sources. Some other ideas of 10 to 20 grams of carbohydrates would be 3 cups of light popcorn. So that's a decent amount of popcorn compared to the 1 cup and 5 grams. You can make like a cheese quesadilla with 1 small 6-inch corn tortilla or a whole wheat tortilla with 1 ounce of shredded cheese and looks like a 1/4 cup of salsa. Just make sure with your salsa there's no added sugar. Salsa in itself though, just think like jalapeno, tomato, onion, red pepper, maybe cilantro, just very good healthy things for you. It's all like fresh food, way better than ketchup. If you have salsa, that is way healthier for you than ketchup. Ketchup has a lot of sugar. Okay, so now we're going to move down to the 30 gram of carbohydrate range. So a medium banana, and again, tablespoon of some peanut butter or maybe almond butter, and go ahead and measure that out with your tablespoon. That would be roughly 30 grams of carbohydrate, and that would be an excellent snack before working out too. That's a pretty hearty snack, and when we work out, our body does need to make sure we have good nutrition, and we want to make sure that you have everything you need on board so you don't get low blood sugar while you are working out. So just something to keep in mind. Some other 30 gram carbohydrate ideas would be half of a peanut butter sandwich with a slice of whole wheat bread and a tablespoon of peanut butter. An English muffin with a teaspoon of, again, you could do some kind of nut butter, or you could do 3/4 cup of whole grain ready to eat cereal with a half cup of unsweetened almond milk or another plant-based milk or even skim milk. And it could be like steel-cut oats or oatmeal. Keep in mind a lot of packaged cereals have sugar added. So when you buy oatmeal, you want oatmeal that in the ingredients says oatmeal, not oatmeal plus sugar plus this plus that. So another thing that you could do, and I'm going to talk about it with a healthy plate, is some plain yogurt with some berries. And berries are a lower carbohydrate fruit and have amazing antioxidant properties. So good for brain and heart health. Highly recommend organic blueberries. And if it's off season, keep some organic unsweetened blueberries in your freezer, because that is definitely a really good snack to have. Okay, so then, and I also have, you can do, like I have a shake that I do. So some people might do a protein shake. Just be careful what you're mixing in it. Like my shake alone, it's a plant-based powder, has 20 grams of carbohydrate, but it has 8 grams of fiber, so that brings that carbohydrate down. But some people add way too much fruit or maybe juice or something to their shake. So you want to add it to water and ice or an unsweetened plant milk. You could add some berries, you could add some greens. That's a great thing to sip on for a meal, a snack, pre or post workout. So just another idea. Okay, so this magazine is Where Do I Begin? And this is from the American Diabetes Association. It's something that you can order for free. Just go to 1-800-DIABETES. You can call them, or diabetes.org. And you can actually join. They have a program for a year where you can join and be getting like tips and tools and recipes to help support you in your journey of being as healthy as you can. We ultimately, right, we want to prevent further risk factors, and we want to feel good, and we want to be healthy for ourselves and for our families. So now we're going to go to creating a healthy plate. So I'm just going to zoom in. As you'll see, this is a 9-inch plate. I hope you guys can see this. And if you divide it in half of the plate is filled with vegetables. It looks like there's lettuce and carrots and cucumbers and tomatoes and all those kinds of veggies. You want non-starchy vegetables for half of that plate, and that's going to have plenty of fiber and antioxidants. It's going to be very filling. Now watch the type of salad dressing you put on it. Keep that in mind too. And then the other half of the plate is divided in half into 2/4, and you see there is a chicken breast there, and then some brown rice, so a whole grain. Again, keep in mind other meals that you've had that day. Like you definitely wouldn't necessarily have to have this whole grain portion. You could just have protein and lots of veggies. You can even add another veggie like Brussels sprouts or green beans or broccoli or something. That's okay too. You can do what works for you, but this is just an idea. And then you'll see up here water, or like an unsweetened tea, unsweet coffee, if it's that time of day, or maybe a decaf or something, an herbal tea. Some people like to drink warm tea, and they taste good, and there's no carbs in them. They taste so, so good. And you can even add ice in the summer and make it a cold drink. Or maybe it's fruit-infused water you want to do. And then up here, it looks like a lovely little dessert. Again, there's your berries with some plain yogurt. So that's something that you could have as well. So again, you can order this booklet. It is free. There's so many resources online. I encourage you to have some fun with this, come up with some ideas. If you have some ideas you want to share with us that work for you, we would love to hear them. If you have any questions or concerns about your diabetes, or if you want to know about pre-diabetes, please reach out to us, 303-737-5500, or go on the portal and schedule an appointment. We really appreciate your time tuning in to all these videos. And coming in June, we're going to be talking a lot about hypertension. Or I'm sorry, July. So have a great day. Thanks, you guys.